Good morning. Today is Monday. My mentor and friend John C. Maxwell has written a ton of books. One of the first books that I read by John, and still one of my favorites, is a book called Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. It's all about how communication is critical in building relationships. But John takes it one step further and he says it's not just enough to communicate. We have to really connect with people. Now, he broke the book down into 10 chapters. The first 5 look at connecting principles, and then the last 5 look at connecting practices. I thought it would be interesting for us to take those principles this week and the practices next week, and that would give you a good overview of the book. And then if you want to read it, I'll leave that up to you. But it's a great book, lots of valuable information. We start today with the first principle, which is influence. You've probably heard me say before, in quoting John, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Wow, so that really says a lot about the importance of connecting with people if you want to build that influence as a leader. Connecting is the ability to identify with people and relate to them in a way that it increases your influence with them. The way that you connect with people will depend on whether it's a one-on-one conversation or if it's a small group or an even larger group of people. Now let's look at one-on-one communication. Here's some ideas for you that might help. If you're communicating one-on-one with a person, here are a few ways that you can connect with them, truly connect. One is that you want to make sure that you're talking more about them and not as much about yourself. Okay, so make sure it's all about them. The second thing is that you want to bring some type of value to that conversation. Give them a quote, tell them a book to read, maybe even some type of little teaching point that you're adding value to them in the process of that conversation. And then the last thing is to ask them, what can I do to help you? And then make sure you follow up on that. When the group gets a little larger and it's you and a small group of people communicating, what you want to do there is, if at all possible, look for ways to compliment them individually or as a group. So look for opportunities to acknowledge their accomplishments and compliment them on those. You also want to make sure you bring value to that conversation. Offer some type of value to them. And then let them know how you value them as an organization or a group. So what have they done to add value to you? What is the value that's in it for you? Now, if it's a large group of people, maybe you're a speaker talking to a large audience, maybe you're a parent talking to the PTA, maybe you're a principal talking to the kids. Whatever the situation, if it's you communicating with a large group of people, the first thing you want to do is let them know that you're happy to be there. You are glad to be there talking with them. The second thing is that you want to at the very least, communicate with them that you want to add value to them. And if there's a way to do that in the process of the conversation, then by all means, do that. The third thing is to let them know how much they add value to you. So what are they doing that adds value to you? Be specific. Tell them what that means to you. I hope this helps with communicating and building influence. I look forward to addressing the other 4 principles with you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.